Hey everybody, Brooks from Jag Times here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm at my dealership here in Maryland, Magden Motors. We got some fresh inventory. Heritage Ford GT, just a few hundred miles. Porsche 911R. We got to do a video on this soon. Old school Porsche Turbo S whale tail. This thing's worth like $500,000 over here. We got a video. You might have already seen it. Porsche Sport Classic. This thing's a riot to drive. 7-speed manual transmission, turbo, rear wheel drive. Of course, we got the Aventador Ultimate still for sale. You want to check this out, magdenmotors.com. Speciale up there, not listed yet. The Widowmaker GT63 S. I think I got to get some seat time in this car. This thing is absolutely wild. 675 LT for sale. Ford GT, there's the LFA. We did a video. That video is doing really well. SF90, another LFA. And we're reviewing that today. The GT63 AMG S, but we also got a wagon here for sale on the website. Check it out, magdenmotors.com. But on to the business of the Mercedes-Benz GT63 S AMG V8 bi-turbo, 630 horsepower, all-wheel drive. This thing's pretty wild. Let's get into it and check it out. So this car's finished in the green hell Magno exterior. Just absolutely wild. Really, really good looking car. This car's loaded with almost every option. We got carbon ceramic brakes all around, carbon mirrors, carbon roof up here, all the way back to a carbon rear wing as well. Not adjustable, but it looks like it could be right here. So checking out the back, rear diffuser, quad exhaust coming out the back. This thing's all-wheel drive, 630 horsepower, and it's got built-in systems to actually track the 0 to 60 times. Maybe we'll give it a launch. This car's available at magdenmotors.com. But if you're interested in picking this car up, I'll put a link down in the description. But let's get inside and check out all the features and how to drive this GT63 S limited edition AMG. All right, so first look at the key, pretty basic. This opens and closes the trunk, I believe. We got lock and unlock right here. No remote start that I can see. Let's kind of jump in and check out how much space we got in this car. It's actually pretty roomy, and believe it or not, it has a pretty big trunk. So checking out the back seats right here, it's a lot of space. This car's super, super nice. We got rear air vents back here, polished back seats, Burmeister stereo, a nice mix of leather seating as well. Looks like we got a little center console right here. The back here has a flip-up sunshade in case there's too much sun coming in. And the interior is just really, really cool and wild. We got wild ambient lighting, we got Apple CarPlay, and a ton of buttons in typical Mercedes fashion. To open the trunk, you can press this button right here, motorized rear trunk that pops up, and there's a ton of space back here. I'm actually surprised how much space. These hatchback designs are just so versatile in all the space you got. Look back here, there's a big, that looks like a subwoofer in the back here for the upgraded Burmeister stereo. You want to close this, just press that button right there, and boom, there you go. Love this color. It is really, really wild and such an eye catcher on the street. All right, let's jump inside and check out this really, really cool Mercedes-Benz interior. Really, really, really nice. Burmeister stereo, seat controls over here. We got heated and cooled seats. And to start it up, there's a start button right there, foot on the brake, engine start. Got a nice animation going on right there. Huge LED panel going across the top. And it's nice because this is actually a touchscreen. So I've been in my friend's G-Wagons and I keep reaching up to touch the screen. It's not, you have to use this manual pad down here. I love that in this Mercedes, you can actually use this if you want and swipe through, or if you want to reach up and use the touchscreen, just use the touchscreen up there. Across the front, you got a nice matte carbon fiber finish, a lot of leather, and really, really comfortable seats as well. Quickly going through some of the options, this has the optional carbon ceramic brakes, which comes in at $8,950. It's got the augmented video package. It has the heads-up display, the driver assistance package for $1,950, and then the big package is this special edition package for $37,200. Now I'm pretty used to driving my Teslas in every day, which has hardly any buttons, and these Mercedes cars have a ton of buttons, but that's not necessarily bad because it gives you options to do things in multiple places, which I kind of like. The interior is really, really well done. Over here you got your seat controls, front and back. This thing kind of comes open here. You got your 4 window controls, mirrors to fold in, door locks. This is how you open and close the door. Here's your lighting controls, HVAC over here. Steering wheel's got a lot of stuff going on. You actually got custom screens down here. So you can press this and adjust your exhaust settings, your traction control. And this side, you can go from comfort to sport, sport plus, and then to race mode for track. You can also do that over with this button over here, sport, comfort, sport plus, race, and down again for track. And of course, you can also use these buttons on the screen as well. If you want to customize your exhaust sound, you got this spot for blue, which is kind of quiet. That opens up the valves so you can hear it a little louder. Pretty nice. And then down here, of course, you got your sport suspension comfort as well. Your drive settings, manual or drive if you want to use the paddle shifters. And then down here, you got your traction control for traction on and off. It's also got this touchpad here. So if I want to swipe into the different settings up here, you can do that. Or of course, you can swipe back and forth. Now, there's a ton of stuff in this car. Really cool here is the AMG track package. It says only to use this on off-road closed tracks away from the public. Okay, fine. In here, if you're near a track, it'll pop up and actually display the track on there. And it's got built-in telemetry to give you an idea of how you're doing on the track. Kind of weird for a big 4-door car. Nevertheless, the tech is pretty cool to have. And of course, look at this, pretty cool. It's got a drag race function. And then here you can just start going and it measures your 0 to 60 in quarter-mile times. If I click on this, you can see we got acceleration, we got quarter-mile, and we got braking tests as well. You can do starting speeds, automatic, a lot of cool settings in here. Maybe we'll give that a test. This car has 630 horsepower, all-wheel drive, should do 0 to 60, I would think in the low 3-second range. Maybe we'll give it a shot. Back here, you can go over to home and see a whole host of things right here. We got the comfort areas where you can adjust the side bolsters, 0 to 10. This will really kind of hug you in the seat if you like that, or if you don't, you can drop it back down. It's really noticeable, and you can see it kind of illuminates what's happening over there. And then you got your lateral support over down on the bottom. So that's moving these pieces in and out. You can actually see it moving in and out as I play with the setting right there. And of course, you got your custom lumbar as well. I mean, you could sit here for a full day and press all the weird settings that this car has. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff in here. Now I'm just only doing a quick review of this, but you could just see all the different stuff. AMG performance, you got the engine, which shows you the performance and how much power you got. Transmission, oil temperatures, fuel consumption, dynamic select, just a ton of really interesting stuff that you can kind of delve into on the performance side of AMG. Very responsive screen. I'm not having to wait for anything. It's got Mercedes apps as well. You can connect your phone to the USB port right here. There's 2 USB-Cs in here, a USB-C in here, and then regular USBs back here as well. Plenty of USB ports, HVAC across here. You can do up and down temperature controls. And if you press the menu button, it'll bring up different options for that as well. So there you go, low, and it's got split zone. So you can see me adjusting the temperature right there. More settings over here. We got just about everything. You could spend days in here. Over here, we got your active steering assist. Well, you got to be careful as well. I'm playing with the settings here. I keep bumping my arm down here. A little bit annoying, but nevertheless, we'll go back into the settings here. I'll try not to do that again. You got your active steering assist. You got your tow position. Over here, we have the active lane keep assist, heads up display on and off. I know you're not going to be able to see that, but there's a lot of cool heads up display stuff that comes over here. That's under there. You got cameras and parking, traffic sign assists. We got lane keeping, which we talked about, active brake assist, onto vehicle, automatic seat adjustment, belt adjustment, acoustic lock, automatic door locks, lighting. We got all kinds of cool ambient lighting in here. It's not quite dark yet, but I'm sure I've seen these, you can adjust how much they light up, and I think you can control the different colors as well. So that's your brightness zones, seat comfort, back up here. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in here. Mercedes apps, comfort, media, HD radio, built-in navigation, the system's really responsive. I think Mercedes did a good job overall with this. If you want to plug in your smartphone, I'll show you how Apple CarPlay works as well. All right, so down here I plugged in my phone to the USB port, and now we got touchscreen Apple CarPlay. Really nice to have. Split screens if you want to go back to the Mercedes area, if you want to use Spotify. This has the Burmeister stereo. It sounds really, really good. There's a lot of sound settings in there as well. If you click on the home button, it drops you back into this area here. All these buttons are actually little mini screens, so you can see that when I press this, the screen actually changed Sport, Plus, Comfort, down into Race. Over here, volume, when I press the plus and minus, it actually lights up what I'm doing. Pretty cool. And then there's your auto start stop, and then your exhaust, which we went over before. Now you can also customize this entire screen here. These buttons over here, if you press home, it brings up another menu, and now you use these kind of haptic feedback switches, which this is a little small for a finger to use. It works okay. So you can click here and bring up your driver assistance features right there. We go back, we can move over to see your navigation, your performance, your trip, your radio, your media. This one's interesting over here, this designs and displays. So you can change how this display looks from classic, right? And then click again. It's a little hard to kind of go back before and see all the different ones. But if you go down here, we go Super Sport. That changes the display again to this really cool mile an hour RPMs on the right, and so forth right there. I don't know if it's an easy way to switch that again. I don't know why. I should be able to kind of look through all these one at a time to see what there is. We got understated, standard displays. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in here. You could just play with this forever. Kind of cool that they let you mess with all these different kind of looks and feels. I kind of like this one right here. That kind of looks the coolest. This Super Sport. Full screen. And then it changed again. I don't know. We got battery charge. Yeah, I'm kind of lost in the settings here, honestly. But if you got one of these, you got days to play with it all. To put the car in drive, you put your foot on the brake and press down. That puts the car in drive. If you want to go in reverse, you click up, you can see reverse. That turns on your 360 cameras, which we'll take a look in a minute. And if you want to put it in park, you press this button right there to put it back in park. Let's take a look at those cameras. So I put it in reverse, it brings up our surround camera view. And I believe there's a bunch of settings here. So rear view, expanded wide rear view, left and right if you're parking so you can see exactly where your tires are, front view, wide angle front view, and then I believe this is the park assist, which helps you park. So a ton of cool surround picture view things with this car. So you shouldn't be hitting anything when you use this. All right, now we'll give it some revs. Let's hear what this bi-turbo V8 sounds like. We got it in full out race mode. Let's hear what it sounds like. Yes. It sounds great. We got some pops and crackles in there. Now let's take it out for a quick drive, test out this performance meter, and see how this car performs. All right, so we're taking this AMG 63 GT for a ride. We got it in full out race mode here. We got all-wheel drive, bi-turbo, 630 horsepower. Kind of curious to see what this thing does. Wow, traction light kind of lit up for a quick second there. Man, this thing has a lot of torque, pretty powerful. Let's kind of see what this thing will do 0 to 60. All right, I'm just gonna stab it and don't lose launch control. Let's see what it does. Man, this thing moves. Yeah, so 0 to 60 came in at 3.4 seconds. Not bad, that's not even launch control. So this car's got a lot of power and it sounds great. We can use little downshifts right here. We got pops and crackles going on. This thing's a lot of fun to drive. Man, really, really cool. Handling is pretty good. I got it in, of course, the racetrack mode. I can use this dial right here to dial it back into Sport Plus, and then let's put it into Comfort, and all of a sudden, car gets nice and quiet and just drives like a kind of normal Mercedes. Pretty comfortable. But of course, you want to dial it back up. All you do is, there's a bunch of ways to do it. You could spin this over to race down here. You can use the button to spin it down the race. You could use the touchscreen to spin down the race, or you can go through the settings on this little touchpad and do it here as well. So super comfortable drive, great interior. This car is pretty nice. Of course, this has the carbon ceramic brakes, upgraded, $9,000 option. Brakes, brakes really, really good as well. Instant torque, yes. Man, this thing's awesome. What a really, really cool ride. All right, we'll give it another try here. Race start. We'll give it another try here. Race start.
30, 60.
Man, the seatbelt really grabs you on that race start. It's pretty crazy. Wow, 0 to 60 came in at 3.1 seconds. With rollout, that's probably 2.9. This thing's a rocket. Jeez. Really, really impressive here. So 0 to 60 on the onboard system shows 3.01. So a little bit of a difference between the draggy and the car, but maybe the car is accounting for that 60-foot rollout. All right, so there you go. There's our quick drive in the AMG GT63 S. This car's a lot of fun to drive. A lot of luxury inside here and a lot of performance as well. Interior is just great with all this carbon fiber, ambient lighting, really, really cool seats, lots of storage in the back, and this color is just outrageous. What a really, really cool car to drive around. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, helps the video on the channel. If you want to pick up this car, magdenmotors.com, you can check it out, and this car's available now. Thanks for watching.